For the first time, an alliance of 5 coalitions and 9 civil society organizations working across mining governance, petroleum sector oversight, environmental protection, climate change, energy transition, and anti-corruption has produced a comprehensive and evidence-based civil society organizations CSO scorecard, assessing the government's performance in its first year in office. The scorecard is not merely a document, it is a mirror that reflects the actions, the gaps, the intentions, and realities of governance, measured not by political commentary, but by verifiable evidence, technical analysis, and policy tracking. Why this scorecard matters? Ghana has never lacked ambitious promises. What we often lack is consistent follow-through, transparent implementation, and a mechanism that empowers citizens to understand whether policies are truly delivering the reforms they claim to champion. Ahead of the 2024 elections, our alliance engaged all major political parties, particularly the leading contenders, and to interrogate their manifesto commitment across the mining sector, the petroleum sector, environment and forestry, climate change and energy transition, and anti-corruption governance. We welcome the commitment made, but commitment alone do not transform communities, clean polluted rivers, close leakages, restore forest reserves, or reduce corruption. Implementation does. What have we done? Over the past 11 months, almost a year, our team have monitored policy announcements and government directives, examined regulatory decisions and institutional actions, tracked implementation of manifesto commitment, engaged stakeholders across ministries, agencies, and affected communities, verified budget allocations and follow-through, documented bottlenecks, reversals, progress, and missed opportunities. These information were carefully analyzed and consolidated into a sector-by-sector scoring framework covering more than 60 commitments. The result is clear: a nuanced, sector-specific, and evidence-backed evaluation of the government performance from January to November 2025. What does the scorecard reveal? We will present the full details shortly, but allow us to highlight these key insights. It's very important at this time, friends of the media. We acknowledge that the government has 4 years to implement its manifesto commitment. It is therefore expected that at the pace of 25% implementation a year, the government would achieve full implementation in 4 years. It is therefore fair to say that the government in its first year has made satisfactory progress by scoring above 25% for each thematic area, with the exception of anti-corruption, where it scored 23.04%. The Alliance of Civil Society Organizations take this opportunity to encourage government to put in more effort into its anti-corruption commitment, as delays could have implications for successful implementation, with likely unfulfilled outcomes by 2028. Our message today is and should be very clear that this scorecard is not an indictment. It is not a political judgment, and it is not an attack on any institution or administration. Rather, the scorecard is to serve as a guide on how well the government is doing in fulfilling the development aspirations of the Ghanaian voter. It is also a call to action, a call to strengthen the governance system that protects Ghana's natural wealth, a call to ensure that reforms do not stall after announcements, a call to make transparency the norm rather than the exception, a call to build a governance culture where citizens can track not just what is promised, but what is delivered. And more importantly, a call for government, civil society, and development partners to work collaboratively, not adversarially, to achieve lasting solutions. As we launch this scorecard, we urge government and all stakeholders to take the findings seriously, not defensively, engage openly on areas where progress is lagging, strengthen institutions responsible for monitoring, enforcement, and transparency, ensure timely and consistent implementation of commitment, allow data and evidence, not politics, to lead decision-making. We equally commit as civil society to continue monitoring constructively, engage collaboratively, advocating responsibly, offering technical insights, supporting reforms that benefit the people of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, the value of this scorecard lies not just in the scores recorded, but in the national conversation it will spark. A nation that measures its progress is a nation that is moving forward. A government that welcomes scrutiny is a government that is confident in its mandate. And a civil society that holds power accountable is a civil society fulfilling its democratic duty.